Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Intertemple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Till the incident occurred, I was in my own room in the Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall in which she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Holy shit. Iris?
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
Safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Oh, did Maya get herself kidnapped again? Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Doman?
No matter who or what may come, I can never take a life.
Again. As I thought, no psycholocks. Very well. It's my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. I need some brain food. I'm getting there, but it's taking me a bit. But I'm trying to be more logical about this. I'm trying to be. I should have been doing this from the start. Oh. The date? Wait, is it? Is this date serious? Oh my god! Is this date? How fitting. Is there cover? Where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching something. Very intensely.
There is what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
I can only presume that his intention was to capture. Wah!
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Artist. Loris Donan, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. I didn't realize it was today's date. Holy shit. Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Oh, look, nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian.
Larry,
this isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Oh, my throat is getting sore. God, working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope. Oh, that's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train work of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. See, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch! 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 Stop your pathetic blabbering and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Fun Karma. Cross whipping is as bad as crust checking. Witness, this is all your fault. That was all your fault. Testify now. This is too much for me. My throat hurts. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I, Edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. Oh, I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Oh, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me and make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Fuck. What I saw. Here we go.
Hold it!
Staples, thank you so much for the bits. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? That one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip.
Okay, give me a minute. Oh, well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right?
See, you can do it if you try.
Ouch!
There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge?
Which a number of times, but...
Hold it!
A number of times? How many?
Oh, maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes.
Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night.
You bet! Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands.
Love, you see. It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter.
Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. Ah!
You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness.
So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see...
Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all.
I didn't see a snowmobile.
Larry, you really didn't see it?
Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile.
Larry, say snowmobile for me, please.
Snowmobile?
If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest?
Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me.
It seems I don't need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. See, I went the bridge that night either. You didn't meet anyone.
Oh, that's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I just want to see those Crimson Lake faces now!
It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through that obvious contradiction, because I'm going to keep things moving along. Okay. Okay, so he's saying he didn't see a snowmobile. He didn't see anyone either. Huh. Okay, so, but she said she didn't see him. He says he didn't see her. So that's why I'm kind of wondering, unless he saw Phoenix at the bridge. Fudge. Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay, yeah. Larry Butz, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry.
Shush! I'm sorry, it took a second to think, because every time I think I'm right, I double guess myself. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Edgy, are you trying to console me?
It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
Wow, you're totally pinning this on me.
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened to cross a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butz.
That's right, me in the flesh.
Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. In reality will not change.
But what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what do you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you.
Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well.
Ask again then, witness. What'd you see the night of the murder? What I saw in part 2.
I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me.
What is he?
I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There's still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick.
You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
I was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains is what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Okay. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half?
Oh, well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess.
Excited? Dare I even ask?
I set the meeting time at 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too.
Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her.
Hold it!
This light was, of course,
Lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from the Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom.
oh my god.
Ha!
Or a little like that.
Ha! That's more like a punch from Miranda.
Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge?
Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Fire. Seeing that, what did you do?
What do you think? I was burning up as well, for the fire in my heart.
And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge.
Well, to be honest, I was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. Oh, but it pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind.
I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, witness.
Oh, there's still some thunder, I went right away to check it out.
Hold it!
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that?
Oh, the lightning fell and then the bridge caught fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is the small shack from where you are from the bridge?
Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 55-minute walk.
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like a recovered piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare.
Okay, so the thunder you hear is the sound of lightning cracking, okay? You have the flash, and then how far away or how long it is until you hear the thunder is approximately how far away the lightning is. Like, so let's say you see the flash of lightning, then you hear the thunder, say 5 seconds away. It usually means the thunder's approximately 5 miles from where you are. So... No, I refuse to think. That's a fact that everyone should know. Why did you go to the bridge? So you suddenly thought you'd check out the bridge. Doesn't mean that you initially had no intention of doing so.
Well, yeah, I guess it does. It's really cold. I didn't really want to go out there.
If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning.
Ooh, in which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay, our reasoning is it? Thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning.
Hold it!
So you decided to go and see what was happening.
Oh, that's right. We're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real like, really special.
Can we really trust a witness who was unable to pronounce spectacle?
Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Oh, my motto is hit life back as hard as I can. Ah!
I'll give you a few hits too if you like, with my whip. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay, so let's go for the other option now. Why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? Oh, what do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Oh, well, of course I thought of doing that.
So then, let's hear why you didn't.
Uh-huh? Oh, yeah, okay. A reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay?
Hold it!
Less than a minute later. You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright?
Yeah! I thought it'd be better to tell somebody about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. Totally made me forget about the bridge. I was pretty much out by then anyway.
What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct?
Oh yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less.
You told me about the burning bridge yesterday. This is something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, he has told us the whole truth. 10:30. Yeah, it's the wrong time. The time is all wrong. Because he said he woke up about 10:30. Lightning was striking, okay, yes. But then he saw that the bridge was on fire 5 minutes later. And that Nick showed up about a minute late. Yeah, the timing's all off. I'm going for it. The timing is all off. There we go! Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien!
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
I've never been the best timekeeper, you know? 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is that correct? Is this correct?
Oh yeah, well, I was about 5 minutes first, but more or less.
I have the weather data from that night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Oh, excuse me! I have an objection! I have an objection! You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry! I'm Maurice Stoneham! Ah! It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. This is only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francesca von Karma. Francisca. The slope ahead is slippery. For there's still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It's clearly written here on the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you try to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now, then, what happened during those missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by the toilet splashback. I guess I'm still sleepy after all. Pinch me! Order! Ah! So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident? The toilet splashback is the worst possible fucking thing in the world. We all know what we're talking about. Yes, witness, why didn't you? Why were you simply there? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. Retro. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy? Oh, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Ah! Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Part 3. You're missing 15 minutes. Oh, I'm a doughnut. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did you think he needed to hide it from us until now? I tend to drag the reason out of him. Ha 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 ha! You'll regret this, Reggie! We're missing 15 minutes.
Hold it!
Tell us, Larry. My name is Maurice. Get it right. Sex like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Who exactly are you? I'm Maurice Stoneham, Princess Extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself, in any case. And you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing. Retro. Yet again, that's what he calls himself.
Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing?
That's a very big issue indeed.
Oh, that's a very big issue indeed.
Sketch in front of the bridge. Frenzy of art. Sketching the burning bridge. Burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What came with it?
I want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. Sketch of mine is... Ah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
It does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
We have to look at the sketch.
Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please.
Oh, well, even I couldn't have imagined it turn out like this.
Imagined what?
That Larry Stone's debut would take place here, today, like this.
Ouch! Show it, now!
Okay, I will steal yourselves. This is the world of Larry Stoneham.
What? What is...
Well... So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Ms. Von Karma?
Yes, well... It's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I started to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did.
This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry.
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan it for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
Hi? The girl, she's really high up in this picture.
What was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Well, anyway, now court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there is some precedent for this.
She's flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She's about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see.
This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth.
What? Me?
This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let's get back to the cross-examination. By force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Oh, what did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. Horrible sketch of what he saw the night of the crime. Raymond cross-examine him. So her rifle fluttering. Just where did you see the sight from? Hey, do I need to shout? When I was lying in bed in the rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. After about 5 minutes, I saw it.
The defendant flying?
That's right. That's why I decided to go to the bridge.
I see. That all makes sense. Flying done. Aside from the sketch itself. Yes, the sketch doesn't make any sense. I seem to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous.
Showed me all that I was feeling. I transferred directly onto the page.
You transferred everything directly onto the page, and that is this sketch here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm aware of the show video.
Sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? Put my mind at ease anyway.
It did.
That's right. The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it! Alright, go, me! Ouch!
Continue, please.
Our relatives. I'm gonna continue, and then he came running out.
Hold it!
You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you?
Oh, once I got caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else.
That's true. He's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least. The Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. If he's drawing until then, that dispels all doubts.
Aside from doubts of his humanity, eh?
There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination.
I step back in the court.
But I'm sure that there's a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere. Okay, so... Okay, so... I'm gonna save it again. He said her white hood.
Objection!
Yep, that was pretty easy. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that that's the truth.
If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain.
What might that be?
You owe me $1. That person flew over the bridge. Could not have been the defendant, Iris.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ah!
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolish foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
Oh, of course she was. That Rodin shack is quite away from the bridge. A hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood of my darling Iris. And Iris is my darling hood. Ah!
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight?
What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, Nick, you dog!
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What?
Where's the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive evidence?
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Larry Snowden, shall prove it.
I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain.
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. Proof that Iris flew.
I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. I've been finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris is simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one's gonna lost a crystal sphere that night.
A crystal sphere?
Oh, this one, pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
A sphere? Where did you find it?
Oh, let me see, around here somewhere. Looks about right.
It was half buried in the snow.
It pretty much stopped snowing by then. There's still some falling as I walk to the bridge.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward.
There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood! What? Blood? Gee, I wonder where that came from.
You ready, Etchy? Well, tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called Laurie Snowden only a few minutes ago? Oh my god.
Hold it!
So, you went to the burning bridge.
That's right, to meet Iris. Jessie flew to get to me. The least I could do was meet her halfway.
But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say?
I guess she went back to the Hazakura temple. She's a girl after all. She wasn't wanting to look her best.
It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point. So, what did you do next?
I was so worried, so I tried to search all over for her.
So you searched all over for her?
She's flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it's more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so, you know.
Can one guy really be this stupid? So did you find any signs of her so-called landing?
I don't really remember. I ended up falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there.
You fell over yourself?
Yeah, the snow was deep, and there was even a banana peel out there.
Yep, there's stupid and then there's Larry Butz.
The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct?
Then what happened next? You have a crystal sphere, yeah? Half buried.
I was sitting in the snow with a little gathering of it on top. It's very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too.
I'm impressed. You did well to find it.
No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. A genius security guard. I use a pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. And it sparkled really brightly, as if it were saying, "Here I am," to me.
It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But indeed, I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night.
I'm sure that I was simply wearing a spare hood.
Hold it!
Each nut is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one.
I don't know anything about that, okay? As Iris is special, right, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her.
This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to answer. Yep. But let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are that the hood and this crystal sphere, correct?
That's right, my gut's never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning. And her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound.
Indeed. She was just wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Supposing the obvious contradiction of this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all this waits us up further mysteries. Okay, so I know. Yeah, no one else? Well, I hate to break it to you, Larry, but, don't him. Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who? Who was a stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Donin,
The mentor to a stupid idiot.
the victim. I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch!
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have the one just like it on my brooch.
They look nothing alike.
In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime.
Ah! The crystal sphere! It's gone! What? What?
Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal spheres found at the landing site was not hers either. that means the one who flew, the one who dropped the sphere, was the victim, Miss Anise Donim? Fool alongside another fool, on a fool's errand to reach a fool's conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You cannot do that! Can't do that! I saw my own two eyes!
And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donan was in her room on the night of the murder. There's no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Wait a minute, hold on a second, I gotta check something real quick. As I say, it was addressed to Iris.
Why are you pointing at me?
The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw out the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer? Oh, ah!
All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There's no evidence that Elise Donim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on this disposition of the crystal sphere. If it's not related to this case, then this witness who called would be nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Ms. Miles Edgeworth.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Hey, here's the question, can I, though? Can I prove it is the question.
The snow on it, yes, I can prove it. But how? Ah!
Half covered in snow. Okay, that's it. Yes. Fuck, yes I can. I'm going for it. I didn't save, though.
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That is the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I'll prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case.
You will do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
How do you present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth? Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. It's the sphere itself, right? Half covered in snow, so it was still snowing. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
Oh, that's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been gone. It would have been game over. Snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear.
What?
When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body.
Ah. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What? What? Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to the Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could have that been? This sphere. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only fools suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Ms. Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. We don't talk about it when the most blood would be lost from a body would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, the Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. At least Donan's body was found at Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You may suggest someone carried the body all that way. I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body. We have Nick's bed habits. Yeah! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the only one who moved the body. She's the one who... Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Elise Doman, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you! That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? Oh, that's what this was all about? Oh, you could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie with me. Oh! Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. Oh, Francie! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You're an affront to all the legal system stands for. I demand satisfaction. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that should be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, The rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Whew. To be continued. Alright, so I thought it was gonna be Edgeworth for the whole trial, but now Phoenix is gonna be better and we get to, oh! Okay, yes. Amazing.